Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our weather news forecast program. We are delighted to see you again in this special broadcast, as the global meteorological picture is entering a period of significant change. In today's report, we will provide you with a comprehensive analysis of a weather pattern that is being assessed as extremely strong, unusually persistent, and capable of simultaneously impacting land temperatures as well as the potential development of tropical cyclones over warm ocean waters. The highlights of this bulletin will focus on three key areas. First, the evolution of the strong high-pressure ridge, also known as the heat dome, currently covering much of the United States. Second, the repeated episodes of heavy rainfall in South Florida, the Bahamas, and surrounding regions. And finally, the signals from the National Hurricane Center and global forecasting models regarding potential tropical cyclone formation in mid-September. An unusual atmospheric pattern. At present, the meteorological map reveals a striking setup. Deep troughs are developing along both the west and east coasts of the United States, while a powerful ridge of high pressure dominates the central part of the country. This ridge, commonly referred to as a heat dome, is acting like a massive lid, trapping hot air near the ground, driving temperatures sharply higher, and prolonging extreme heat across multiple states in the central and southern U.S. Beyond intensifying the heat, this high-pressure system is also altering the flow of tropical moisture from Central America, the Caribbean, and the Bahamas. Instead of spreading broadly, these storm clusters are being compressed and channeled along the eastern flank of the ridge, forming a long ribbon of tropical moisture stretching from the eastern Pacific, across the Central American gyre, into the Caribbean, and northward along the U.S. East Coast. Under favorable conditions, this moisture band could become the seedbed for tropical cyclone development. Repeated heavy rain in Florida and the Bahamas. Over the past several days, residents of South Florida have endured prolonged bouts of heavy rain and thunderstorms. Some urban areas have already experienced flooding, disrupting transportation and daily life. Meteorologists warn that this situation will not end immediately but is likely to persist well into the coming week. Forecast data indicates that between now and Saturday, rainfall accumulations in Florida could range from 25 to 50 millimeters, with locally higher totals in certain areas. Of particular concern is the repeating day-night rainfall cycle, which significantly increases the risk of urban flooding. Meanwhile, the northern Bahamas are also expected to receive continuous heavy rainfall, lying directly along the path of this tropical moisture plume. In contrast, the northwestern states, such as Oregon, Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, and the upper Great Lakes, are anticipating welcome rain. After weeks of drought conditions, the expected precipitation will bring much-needed relief, especially for agricultural regions dependent on natural water supplies. Severe weather and record-breaking hail. Beyond heavy rainfall, dangerous weather events have already emerged. Recently, a supercell thunderstorm struck the Texas and Oklahoma Panhandle region, producing giant hailstones measuring 7 to 10 centimeters in diameter, roughly the size of a baseball. Reports also confirmed the presence of tornadoes. Although these tornadoes were not strong, they still raised significant concern for local residents. In the coming days, the risk of severe storms remains present across Nebraska, Kansas, the Texas Panhandle, and eastern Colorado, while forecast models do not currently indicate a high risk of tornadoes. Damaging winds and large hail remain possible hazards, particularly during the late afternoon and evening hours when convective activity peaks. Extreme heat and rapid onset drought. While thunderstorms and rainfall dominate parts of the east and northwest, the central and southern United States are enduring a brutal heatwave. Under the influence of the heat dome, temperatures in many states are soaring to dangerous levels. Forecasts project widespread highs exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius, with some locations pushing past 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. The hottest conditions are expected in states such as Missouri, Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and southern Illinois, where temperatures are running 15 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 8 to 16 degrees Celsius, above seasonal averages. This situation poses serious health risks, particularly for the elderly, children, and outdoor workers. The U.S. Climate Prediction Center has issued warnings of flash drought conditions, a rapid onset drought that develops in a short period but can devastate crops, water supplies, and ecosystems. The tropics, a window of opportunity opening. As extreme heat grips the mainland and storms brew inland, the tropical oceans are showing signs of concern. Meteorologists highlight the Central American Gyre and the Eastern Pacific as key focal points of moisture convergence. Between September 12 and 20, the Madden-Julian Oscillation, MJO, is forecast to shift into this region. When the MJO arrives, it enhances atmospheric instability and moisture, creating favorable conditions for tropical cyclone formation. Preliminary forecasts suggest a 40% chance of tropical development in the Central American Gyre and Eastern Pacific, with about a 20% chance along the U.S. East Coast and the Bahamas. However, meteorologists caution that intrusions of dry air from passing frontal systems could still suppress storm formation. Of particular note, sea surface temperatures across the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico are running well above average, some areas at record levels. Ocean heat content, OHC, is also extremely high, meaning that if any tropical disturbance organizes, it could intensify rapidly, potentially reaching storm or hurricane strength in less than 24 hours. Safety guidance for residents. Given these complex conditions, experts offer several important recommendations. For residents in South Florida and the Bahamas, prepare for prolonged heavy rainfall. Check drainage systems and stay alert to official forecasts and flood advisories. Early precautions will minimize urban flooding impacts. For communities in the central and southern U.S., take heat advisories seriously. Stay hydrated, avoid outdoor activities during peak heat hours, and watch for symptoms of heat-related illness such as dizziness or exhaustion. For fishermen and those monitoring hurricane season, pay close attention to mid to late September forecasts, as atmospheric and oceanic conditions will become increasingly favorable for tropical cyclone formation. Conclusion. In summary, the meteorological outlook for the coming days is a stark mix of extremes: relentless heat fueling drought in the central U.S., repeated thunderstorms bringing flooding to South Florida and the Bahamas, and tropical oceans quietly gathering energy for potential cyclone formation. This is a critical period that demands vigilance and close monitoring of forecast updates. We will continue to bring you the latest information as soon as conditions evolve. Thank you for watching today's program. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this report so others can stay informed. Until next time, goodbye and take care.